Good morning. Welcome to 49ers in 5, your daily update on everything happening with the team that you need to know. I'm Rob Stats Guerrero. Today is Thursday, September 7th, 2023. Here's what's happening with your San Francisco 49ers. Hey, everybody. Good news.
Can you confirm that Nick Bosa has signed?
Yes, I can.
Now?
No, he's going to try to get here today, though. So hopefully maybe. I actually was preparing to talk to you guys about how I have nothing to tell you guys, and I was 3 minutes late because I just got told of the news. So obviously pumped up about it, and I'll try to hit him up after this and figure it out, but I know he's trying to get here as fast as possible.
What kind of relief is this for you? Like, what were your thoughts as we were getting closer to game one here?
Not good thoughts. But you know, when you feel it's kind of, you try not to think about it much because it's not really in my control, and you just got to let the process play itself out. Once it kind of went through the weekend, I just kind of got in my mind that we weren't playing with them. Because if I would have gone back and forth, that would have been miserable. So I just decided we weren't. I think our team was ready to not, and that was our mindset this way. And it was a hell of a bonus to just get told that coming in here. So we're obviously real excited about it.
What's the realistic amount of snaps for Sunday?
How many snaps are in the game? I'm just joking. We got to see when he gets here. I know Nick will come in shape. I know he'll be good. It'd be great if he could get in something today. I don't know when he's going to get here or where he's flying from. But I know we'll be smart with it, and that'll be based over these next 2.5 practices.
I know we usually start with the injury report, but forget that because Nick Bosa is back. According to reports, the contract is 5 years, $170 million, with more than $122 million of that guaranteed, including a $50 million signing bonus. Now, the devil is in the details. A lot of times the nitty-gritty of these contracts is a lot different than the things that get announced like I just did, so we'll wait and see. But we know that Nick Bosa is the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. Bosa posted a picture on his Instagram with a 2-word caption, quote, "Shall we?" Fred Warner was elated like many 49ers teammates. They actually got the news from Fred, who apparently started screaming and running around celebrating when the news broke on his phone. But Kyle, I just want to be clear. You kind of joked before about Bosa playing on Sunday. Let's just be sure about that.
Is there any question at this point whether he's going to be in uniform on Sunday?
I mean, there is question because we haven't seen him, but I think you guys know how I'm talking. Like, you have to have a beer belly and be out of shape or something. That's not in Bosa's DNA.
In other news, the 49ers announced their captains for 2023 yesterday. They went with 6, just like they did last year. Eric Armstead, Fred Warner, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Trent Williams, and Brock Purdy. No Christian McCaffrey, no Nick Bosa. Interesting. Nice to see the 49ers name their quarterback a captain this year, even though they inexplicably didn't do that last year. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Thursday, the Niners had to clear a little cap space, and they quietly restructured the contracts of Trent Williams and George Kittle yesterday. The 2 moves freed up about $23 million in cap room. If you want all the details, just click the link in the description of this episode. One thing to watch. We didn't do it earlier, so we'll get to it now. The injury report. The following players were limited in practice yesterday: Oren Burks, Tashawn Gibson, Talanoa Hufanga, George Kittle, Jordan Mason, Ray McLeod, and kicker Jake Moody. Shanahan said he'd be surprised if Moody doesn't play as long as he doesn't have a setback. Number 4 will be kicking for 3s on Sunday. One thing you might have missed, the Niners are going to be very busy during the year, specifically 3 of them. Eric Armstead is going to have a weekly podcast called Third and Long. Deebo Samuel is doing weekly hits on Tuesdays with Kay Adams on Up and Adams. And Fred Warner and his wife, Sydney, will have a weekly show called The Warner House for the 33rd team. I just hope all those guys can keep the main thing, as Pat Riley once famously said. That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network. If you missed our live instant reaction show yesterday when the news broke, That is up on our YouTube page and available for podcast download or podcast listening. So feel free to go back and check that out. I'm going to be live with Levin Black a little later today. He was working when the news broke, so I'm sure he's going to have plenty to say about the Nick Bosa contract. Enjoy your Thursday, everybody. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk later today.